Hello, right, so this podcast is about sleep. So it's titled Why the 8 Hour Sleep Rule is a Myth. And I'll be giving you a bit of my experience with only getting 6 hours of sleep. Right, so let me introduce myself. So my name's Cheryl Best. I'm trained as a nutritional therapist and a yoga teacher, and I write and speak about health and wellness and chronic illnesses. Chronic illnesses because I'm diagnosed with a few chronic illnesses. So this is about sleep. And it's come about because yesterday I did some training. I did some online training for nutritional therapy, and it was all about insomnia. And it got me thinking about this 8 hour rule that we have. You know, we have to have these 8 hours of sleep every day. And if we don't do it, then we can't be functioning. We can't function if we get less than 8 hours of sleep a day. And for me, I only get about 6 hours, sometimes 5.5, between 5.5 and 7. But it's more likely that I'll have 6 hours of sleep every night. And I have to say, though, that with my sleep, I do sleep pretty well when I'm sleeping right through. So I'm getting a good 6 hours of sleep, but I'm not getting the required 8 hours of sleep. So should I feel guilty about that? You know, should I feel guilty because I'm not getting 8 hours of sleep per night? And for me, when I do get my 6 hours, I have this kind of natural body clock. So I tend to wake up between 4 and 5 o'clock. And it might sound absolutely crazy, but 4 and 5 o'clock, I tend to wake up. More likely, it's pushing between like 4:30 and 5 o'clock. If I'm going beyond 5:30, then that is very unusual for me. And I say 4:30, but I'm usually asleep by 10 o'clock. So I don't really go past 10 o'clock really. By 10, 10:30, I'm usually asleep by that time. So that's for me daily. I'm going through that. I'm getting that amount of sleep. And so if I'm sleeping like for 8 hours, then it's usually because something is not quite right. It's usually because I'm going to come down with something. I'm going to get a cold or a flu. And so usually that's my sign to know that something's not quite right here because I'm sleeping too long. Why am I sleeping for so much time? What's going on? So 8 hours really is the alarm bell for me to say something's not right because I'm sleeping too long. And that should be the normal, apparently, for most people. 8 hours is what we should all be getting. So I'm kind of here to kind of stick up for the people that are sleeping for less than 8 hours, because for me, I don't have an alarm clock. I don't have an alarm on my phone to wake me up. Alarm clock, God, that really dated me there. But yeah, I don't have an alarm. I just wake up naturally. So there's nothing that's waking me up. I just tend to get up around those times, and I wake up and I'm full of energy. I'm raring to go. And so you might be like that as well. You might even be getting by with less sleep than that, and you get by and you wake up and it's like, yes, I'm ready for the day. And if you are like that, then there's no issue. There really is an issue. I mean, I've listened to so much stuff when it comes to sleep, and a lot of these things that I have listened to and watched, they do make you feel like almost like guilty that, you're not getting these 8 hours, and that there must be something wrong with you if you're not doing that. And I would say if you are waking up feeling really fresh and ready to go, then I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with however many hours of sleep you're getting. If you're waking up and you're not feeling fresh, then yes, there's an issue there. If you're waking up and you're feeling really drained and tired, then yeah, you're not getting enough sleep. But if you're getting by on 5 hours and you're waking up and you're feeling, yes, I'm ready to tackle the day, then I don't see an issue with that. So I'm here to say that just don't worry if you're only sleeping for 4 or 5 hours and you're waking up feeling energized, then that's fine. And a lot of leaders have been able to do this. So for instance, in the UK, Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister here, and she only got 4 hours of sleep. She managed quite well with 4 hours of sleep. Barack Obama, apparently he only sleeps for 6 hours, a bit like me. And Richard Branson, he gets by in 5 to 6 hours of sleep, and he's also an early riser like me as well. So that's just your pattern. That is just your way of sleeping. So don't feel guilty about it if it's something that is not really causing a huge issue, right? So this is not saying that conditions like insomnia and hyperinsomnia or narcolepsy, that they're not real issues. Insomnia, if you're getting a lack of sleep. Hyperinsomnia is when you are having too much sleep and you're still not feeling refreshed after you've had so much sleep. Those are real conditions, and I've had that with conditions that I'm diagnosed with. So I'm diagnosed with PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and in my 20s I had a lot of issues with sleep where I could sleep for 12 hours. Honestly, I could sleep for 12 hours, then wake up and still feel like I need more sleep. And it was a real issue for me back then in my 20s. I'm 47 now. I've not had an issue with that for such a long time. But yes, if I know that that's happening again, I might have to question what's going on with me hormonally, what's happening. But I've also had it in the other direction with a condition that I'm diagnosed with called Graves' disease. And with Graves' disease, it was insomnia. And that was like, I wouldn't sleep for 2-3 days and absolutely drained, having absolutely no energy and trying your hardest to fall asleep and, just can't sleep. And so again, if I know that that's happening, I know that maybe I'm having issues with my autoimmune disease, and maybe I need to get that looked at. But at the moment, and for many years, 5, 6, 7 hours has been my norm, and I will wake up feeling pretty refreshed, and I'm okay, good to go, So if you are suffering with those kind of conditions, then yes, I really feel your pain. But this is more about, you're not really getting the allotted amount of sleep that they say you should be having, but you're waking up and you're full of beans. Then if you are like that, then fine, you're okay. So yes, that's my bit for today, just to kind of support those people that thrive on, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, and just to say, fine, you're okay. Don't worry about it. Don't try and tape your eyes together, trying to force yourself to get these 8 hours of sleep when it's not your norm. It's not your norm to do so. So I will be, though, because this has sparked other things in me, I will be talking about insomnia and talking about some food recommendations, probably the next few podcasts that I'll be doing, because I do recognise that insomnia is a huge deal for a lot of people. Me being of a certain age, there'll be a lot of women that are possibly going through issues with menopause, and when it comes to that, it can be quite difficult to sleep, and insomnia is a big issue there. And like I said, with my autoimmune disease, it was a big issue for me with insomnia, and so I want to give a bit of help for those of you that are only getting maybe 3, 4, 5 hours of sleep, but you're not feeling fresh when you wake up. So yes, the next few podcasts I will be touching on that. Okay, so anyway, I will finish up for today, and hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope you have a good sleep with however many hours of sleep that you require. So have a good day and have a good sleep. Take care for now. Bye bye.